Yes, we're back. We're back again in Train Sim. We're back again in the UK. We're back again in Scotland. And this time we're here to do a line that I've not done before. I didn't know I hadn't done it before, but I haven't done it before. The Kyle line. Had it for a while, not driven it. So, going to do that. And there's 4 bits to this. So over the coming weeks, we're going to do 4 of them because there's 4 of them, and 4. And this is the one. This is the once. No, that's not a word. First, that's the giddy. If you're watching this drivel on YouTube, welcome indeed. This is going out on a Wednesday because Wednesdays is Whaleway Wednesday, and that's where Whaleway stuff goes because it's Whaleway Wednesday. It's not currently Wednesday as I'm streaming this. That's irrelevant anyway. Other content on the YouTubes is the OMSI on a Monday. Wow, thank you, the Dylan. Many months, as the computer-generated voice just said very quietly. Thank you, Dylan. Your support is appreciated, mate. Thank you very much. What was I saying then? Oh, the OMSI on a Monday, the railway on the Wednesday. Fridays currently, the tourist bus, the bus and firm bus, but that's going to be changing soon. We may be stepping away from the firm bus, the tourist bus, and the bus, and doing something new. Saturdays, though, is trucking, and Sundays, some random stuff. So, not done this. Started the stream early because it's a longer one, so I'm going to click on start. And, I just got up this morning and thought, I fancy doing some trains. Bus Sim 21. I will be looking at Bus Sim 21, but I don't think it's going to be a regular on the channel. Just got a feeling. Good morning, driver. That's me. Please depart at 7:10. We had the token for the section to Strathcarron. Dornish is a request stop at 7:20. A message will appear if you have to stop. Oh, I'm not going to remember to do that, am I? Have we got to let the peoples on? I'm guessing I've got to let the peoples on. Let's try. I'm guessing not then. Okay. So it's a train. It's a class. It's the 37 of the classes. We'll pop some lights on. We'll do the inside because it's inside. Reversey in the forward. That's a noise. We'll bring the brakes to the not being on. Oh, we're moving. Move train while door open. That we'll forget that didn't happen. That was a warm up. That was just a trial, just to see if it all works, and it works. No, it's fine. We'll try that again. Right. Okay. Are the doors open? No. Right. This time, don't open the doors. Right. Brakes off. Didn't even leave the first platform. Right, let's do the going this time. Right, we're moving. So we're going via Dornish South, Plockton, Stromferry, Strathcarron. Back the throttle off a little bit. That place. Garve, Dingwall, Muir of Ord, and finally Inverness. I know where Inverness is. So it's a 37. We've got some. There's a bridge in the way. We've got some carriages. Have we got an internal? Oh, we got no internal view. Why are they lazy? Why don't they give us a good internal? Stop it. That's a horn. Is this the one with a token thingy? It did mention a token thingy, but I've never done this line, so have we got a radio thing? Oh, my track IR isn't doing a thing. Have we got a radio thing that I'm supposed to be using? I don't know. It said we've got the token. Shimmy! Thank you very much indeed. 21 months. That's over 20 and nearly 24. See, I'm good at the maths. Hope you're doing okay. Right, let's get ready to do the speeding up. So, Dornish is a request stop, it said. So I'm guessing we've got to wait for someone to stand in front of us and shove their arm out. Looks pretty. That's a thing. That was definitely a thing. Just a lot of work to do at home. Oh, not good. Right, so 3 and a bit miles to Dornish. For those watching live, first of 2 streams today. Tonight we've got Wreckfest at the 6 p.m. Nothing tomorrow, but we'll be doing something on Monday instead. This is quite a pretty little line. Very twisty. For those watching on the YouTubes, there'll be some links in the doobly-doo below. One to where you can watch this, whatever the hell this is, live. So the Twitchy page thing, link thing, what's it thingy in the thingy, and the other one to the Discord server, where you can join the fellow weird people in the Sims and Stuff Discord, because it's just full of weird people basically. They are all, well, weird. It's very, that's changing colour. We'll look that way. It's very coastal. Why is it doing that? That's weird. Slightly musical train. What would I say is better, Train Sim 21 or Train Sim World 2? I'm just in the process of doing a 2.5 hour route. Can you do that in Train Sim World 2? No, you can't. I've done a 7 hour route in Train Sim World. Can you do that in Train Sim World 2? No, you can't. Does that answer your question? Andrew, thank you very much for the follow. This 100%. This. Sounds like we're about to go into battle. It's going to be a slow, trundly. What's going on with the sea, though? I think it's going to be a nice, chilled route. Putting no strain at all on the engine. Yeah, it does sound like that, doesn't it? We're going to go into battle. You imagine people sat on horses on top of a hill, just going, attack! You like the Class 37 AP pack? I can never remember what AP packs I've got. Right, 1.8 miles until this request stop thing. I don't know if we're actually going to be requested to stop. I'm guessing so, because otherwise, you know, it's why would they put it in there, basically? So stereo audio is about there. I'm not looking to one side.
Oh, yeah.
Robert, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to chilled out Saturday lunchtime. Saturday, I'll decide when I'm going to stream half an hour before the stream day. It's not actually a thing, but it was actually. Well, no, I wanted to do Train Sim, but literally about 20 minutes ago I decided on this route. That's water. It's definitely very coastal. I don't know what's going on with the water there. It's definitely very coastal. And very smoky. We do like a bit of smoke. So yeah, 2 and a bit hours is this route, so which is why I started streaming a little bit earlier than planned. And because I was bored. Oh, that's sounding nice. Have we got windows? No. But we have got windows, otherwise we wouldn't be able to see out. Otherwise just be in a metal tube. Going uphill. Oh, look at that smoke. We like a bit of smoke. Right, Dornish South coming up in less than a mile. It did say request stop. Will we get a request to stop at the request stop because of the stop of the request? Will they request for us to stop at the request stop? Because if they request for us to stop, we've got to stop at the request stop if they make a request for us to stop at the request stop. So we'll wait to see if they request for us to stop down here at the request stop. Just in case you weren't clear. They may request for us to stop. We'll see. Hopefully sometime soon, because otherwise we won't be able to stop at the request stop. Oh, it's going downhill now. Did I have my brake on that whole time? I might have had my brake on that whole time. So, what point are we going to get notified if they want us to stop? I don't know. I'm guessing at the go via. Oh, that's a straight bit of track. There's a wall. Watch out for the wall. The wall's a dangerous thing. You've got to be careful. You'll crash into them. Don't know what's going on with the sea over there, but okay. There's some speeding. Please stop at Dornish. I think we can do that. Hopefully. Look out for a man waving a red flag. Attack! Oh, there's someone there. I would have been really disappointed if there wasn't anybody on the platform. But like, hang on, who's requesting? Harry Potter? Hi, Dan. Right, we'll stop there. We'll open the doors. But, well, actually, quite a few of them opened, because it's not a very long one. We're overhanging slightly, but people got on. Right, okay, so that was Dornish. Then we've got Plockton, which is over there, in 1.44 of the miles. Then Stromferry, I'm probably pronouncing that completely wrong, that's 6 miles that way. Go via Atadale, stop at Atadale. What? Oh, Atadale West, okay. Strathcarron is over there. Achnasheen, that's that place, 31 miles away. Blimey. Garve, 47 miles away. Dingwall is 59 miles away. The Muir of Ord. We're going after the Muir of Ord. is 65 miles in that direction, and Inverness is 78 miles over there. So we've got a bit of a way to go to Inverness. But it's quite nice to be back in a bit of a diesel. We do like a diesel. If you're new to the stream, we're currently here. Well, I'm currently here. I'm here 6 days a week. I'm occasionally joined by other idiots as well, as I will be tonight later on when we do Wreckfest. There will be more idiots than just me. You've blown your whistle. We will go to Plockton. Wasn't that a place like Camberwick Green? Idiots, where? Look in that mirror by the side of your bed, Dylan. Who do you see? Right, Plockton, 1.4, one of the meals. So this is part 1 of this. I will plan on doing parts 2, 3 and 4 as well. 2 and 3 I'll probably do as just a Yao Chow video. Part 4 could very well be a stream. That's 3 of the hours. That's quite a number of the hours. Maybe one for the... oh, could be one for Monday. Ooh. Stream all the parts today. That'd be like 3, 5, 6 hours of trains, which means I won't have time to do the Recce Fest. Good afternoon. It has just turned the 12:00s. If you're in the UC. If you're not in the UC, then it's whatever time it is for you. Hi, Stu. Is there a reason why I play with a full HUD? Not necessarily for my benefit, for the benefit of those watching. So that people watching on devices can see where the brakes are, see where the throttle is, see where the next station is, see how far we got to go. But slightly for my benefit as well. Stu, always a border. Thank you very much for the host. Right, Plockton in 0.7 of the things. I have to think then who the hell that was. Dylan, thank you very much for that. It's like, what sort of word is that on the screen? Well, you got different names everywhere. Banana Boy. As long as it's not Banana Hammock Boy, we're okay. Hi, Sam. Right, slowing down for Plockton. On the same bloody name, but sometimes some extra bits. Well, it's the extra bits that are confusing. Why am I doing the stopping so much? Don't do the stopping so much. So we're due into Plockton at 7:24 and 44 seconds. That's quite precise. Our ETA is 7:25. So we're going well. We're already late. Okay, why won't it do the zero brakes? That's confusing me. So yeah, we just drive with the brakes on. It's fine. Plop town. Yeah, it is. It's plock. Plock, as in clock, but with a pl. That's very, very smoky. Right, this time don't drive off with the doors open, because we wouldn't do that. Oh, there's someone waiting on the platform. It doesn't look like it's going to be a very high-speed line. Do some stopping, thank you. But some of the... What are they doing over there? What's that? The bunkhouse. What's going on there? Train spotters. Probably. Is this a broken one from the other day? No. Right away. Mate. Next stop, Stromferry. Unless you get a message telling you stop at Druncraig. You're due at Stromferry at 7:37. Mate. The Liberties. Are we doing the going? We are doing the going. No, that broken one from the other day I think is just broken. Right, Stromferry. The ferry place, unless we get told to stop at another possible stop in between. I'm guessing we won't, because otherwise it'd be in there, wouldn't it? I don't spot things. I don't think I've ever taken a picture of anything. You've never taken a picture of... No, you have, because you posted some food in the Discord about a year ago, which means you took a photo of it to post it. Aha! Haha! So you've taken a photo. And it's taking a screenshot, technically taking a picture. Oh, that's... It's capturing a moment in time, and so is taking a picture. I see you're driving a dirty... There's no flies on you, is there? He's just all about the observations. He's not green. Hang on. Right, so Stromferry is in 4 of the miles. He's a clever one. He is. Don't know what's going on with the water. It's like, it's just going to have some different colouring on it. That's just... It's light, it's dark. We'll keep the brakes on, it's fine. They won't like overheat or anything. It'll be alright. Because I can't release them anyway. They just come back on again. And now I'm doing the speeding. See? They do what I didn't... That was up. There's no... Okay. It didn't tell me I had to do the stoppie there. So I didn't do the stoppie there. You think you saw yellow water? Well, when you got to go. Attack! Oh, looks slightly radioactive. I'm guessing, because of the time scale it's going to take to get to Inverness, this is just going to be a 30-mile-an-hour trundle, which is fine. I just wish they'd put in an internal view for the train. We've got weird coloured water. What is going on? Skittles water. I moaned about the speed of the American stuff. Yeah, but American stuff's stupid. Wonder why they put a 37 on this though. Why wouldn't you just put a DMU on this? Because how many cars are we? We're only what, 1, 2. We're only a 4 car. Surely a 4 car DMU would be the multicolored water. Would be just as good. No, that's the braking one. We want the going one. Because the 37 sounds better. They're going to put a pacer. Or a thumper. Oh, I need to do another thumper route because that was just pornographic. It was either this or there was a 3-hour route in a 165. So I picked this. Mainly because I hadn't done this line either, so I thought this would be quite interesting. Right, 2.88 of the miles to the Stromferry. And go via Attadale. Stop at... No, Attadale. Well, I did it last time. Then stop at there and then go to Strathcarron, which is 10 miles over there. Just because the lady loves milk tray. What if she doesn't, though? Slightly sexist as well. Have we got a... Oh, track out. Three miles in a 165. 3 hours. No, it's a... Oh, I can't remember where it was, but it was first was a livery. Like I didn't do it then if it was broken. I just fancied a long one. And this is the 2 hours and the 2 hours and the 40 minutes, 2 hours and 20 minutes, which is, you know, reasonable length of longness. When they're talking longness and length, it's a reasonable one. Have we got the broken water? Ah, tree, slightly broken water. Hang on, we haven't seen a passing point yet, have we? It's been single track the whole way so far. So surely there's got to be a... I did say that we had the token. So no other train could come down this whole line. Yeah, it did say at the beginning we've got the token. This is for Florence Zax Melton. Did he design the Class 37? She. Did she design the Class 37? Or did she invent the pork pie? Was she married to someone called Kyle? It's going to be a very tenuous link, isn't it? What's a token for? A trolley at Asda? Yeah. No, this one is ridiculous and probably not even tenuous. Oh dear, are you getting more out there, Sam? It's a token to travel on this section of track. So only the person with the token can travel on the track. No tokeny, no travelly. That's what they tell you when they give it to you. This will be a Snapchat exclusive reveal. Oh God. Snapchat, not just for dick pics. That's very multicoloured water. Florence Zax Melton, November 6, 1911 to February 8, 2007. Oh, died day before my birthday. Was an American inventor known for innovating the foam-soled unwashable slipper. What? How? Hang on, I'm just going to remind Sam of something. Train sim? Scotland, train. So, not related to anything we're doing at all, just a fact you wanted to share with us. Yeah, I bet they're not incredibly manly slippers, are they? I'm not old enough yet to wear slippers. I haven't reached that age. Right, slowing down, possibly slightly, into Stromferry. You don't need to reach a certain age to wear slippers, you need to reach a certain level of class. Oh, so slippers are a class thing, are they? Okay. Then I suppose it's the type of slipper that you're wearing then also, you know, depicts the sort of person that you are within that slipper class. Noz! 19 months, Noz. Thank you very much indeed. That's many months, another 5 months, and it's 2 of the years. What is it, any train above a class 142, you can wear them, yeah. Right, stopping at Stromferry. Oh, see, this used to be 2-line. No, it wasn't a slight at you. I'm just saying, have you got to be a certain sort of class then? Because Larwood said that you have to be, it's a classy thing. Slightly narrow platform the other side though. Okay, let him off. I'll let him on. Okay. Yeah, definitely manly. Sam, 100% manly. Sort of thing, they remind me instantly of the sort of thing that Tinkerbell wears in Peter Pan. Right away, mate. Stop calling me mate. Next stop is Strathcarron. Unless a message tells you to stop at Atterdale, you are due at Strathcarron at 7:52. We all know that ain't going to happen. Right, off with the breakage. Sam is becoming a cuddly bear. Oh dear. So this was twin. So we're still on a single track then. Obviously, because it's just one. I'll be the first for cuddles. Oh no, Chris wants cuddles. Okay. Oh, Chris needs a cuddle. right off to Off to Atterdale we go. Oh dear, oh dear. With the coloured water. 25 it's getting slower. Bang, 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 bang. Right. Oh, we got ticks so far. We're doing well. So go via Atterdale West. Stop at Atterdale. It's not a case of it's telling me I might have to stop at Atterdale. Then it's going, you're going to stop at Atterdale. It's going to happen. Nice we're following the, I'm guessing it's some sort of lock, and not as in, you know, the one you shove a key in, or, you know, padlock. Why are they called padlocks? There's obviously a name for that, isn't there? Wait, there's a name. It's called a padlock. There's obviously a reason for that. How much does Train Simulator 2021 cost to download? Have a look on Steam. Sad thing is, there are ways to make a task appear on the list during the scenario. They just didn't bother to do it. Oh, okay. £24.99. There we go. Thank you, Cuddly. It's a shame that one we were going to do on the bank holiday didn't work, because I was actually looking forward to doing that. Oh, God. This is for John I.W. Carlson. Did he invent the dressing gown? Oh, cuddly princess. Or £5.69 on CD keys. That seems a lot more reasonable. Padlock was invented by... Oh, there we go. A padlock was invented by John I.W. Carlson in 1931. Is that... Wow. A patent was granted in 1934 that has both a combination on one side and a key on... Oh! A bylock. Back on track now. It's definitely very water-based. I don't know what's going on. Why is it doing that? Is it my stupid graphics card again? Oh, it's the thing. Could it possibly be the after effects of drugs? Okay, as long as it's not my computer, as long as it's not just me that happens for. It's that sounded wrong. Oh, I'm doing a slowie down. I saw the acid being lowered out last night, yeah. So it doesn't go full throttle and I can't take the brakes off. Apart from that, it's going well. Oh, full forward and I can't take the brakes off. Yeah, I might do the next part of this on Monday. But I like it to say running. Why can't it say running? I want it. Can someone just go right to Mr. Class 37, please, and say, excuse me, could you just change it to say running? Round the bay we come. It does sound really nice though. Right, 2.5 miles to go via Atterdale West. And then we've got to stop at Atterdale. Stop! Or get a manicure. It's one of those. It's either stop or that's where Crisp's going to get a manicure. Look at the left hand side of the train, you can see the interesting radioactive water. So we're doing 24 and we're overtaking the cars. Why are they going so slow? Oh, okay, we've gone to paved road. Oh, they're going to speed up now. I'm guessing this is an old route then. I've had it a little while, but I don't know how old it actually was. There was one that I was going to buy, the new one that goes to Derby. But it's like 25 quid. I don't think so. It didn't say I had it. It's new. You already have that. It's a copy of the Just Train to Sheffield to Derby route. Oh, that's why it wasn't showing up. New. It's a new one. Good they didn't buy it then, wouldn't it? I would have wasted all my money on a new. I'm speeding. There's definitely some speeding. I started out thinking, okay, 30. 30's good, we can cope with 30. Now at 25. Let's do the slowy down then. Now doing 25. Radioactive. Come to Scotland. We got radioactive water. What the hell accent was that? It's imagine it'd be a very picturesque line to travel on. Without the radioactiveness of the water. Scottish, it wants a bit of that, wouldn't it? I was like, I got no idea. Oh, we're going to speed up. Right, seatbelts on, everybody. I don't know if we can cope with this extra burst of speed we're going to have coming up. Oh, just before we got to come to a stoppy place. Oh, hang on. Has Larwood watched Frozen? Or Crisp obviously has. And so's Dylan. Okay, what's going on here? What's... You want to build a snowman? No, not really. It's too bloody cold. That was a noise. The hell was that? We're being attacked by aliens whilst travelling along the line. Is that what you call her? Your awful auntie. Thank you, awful auntie. That was my space heater turning on. Oh dear. Aliens have come to collect my radioactive. It's radioactive. It's alien pee. That's what it is. See, it looks nice there. Apart from the whatever hell's going on there. It's obviously the. But this is when you go all. Wow, that was definitely a... Is this whole line just going round lakes and locks and things and waters? BRB. Oh, is it chippy time? You're stood waiting to cross the thing. You're a train spotter. Right, go via Atterdale West and then stop at... You never had that happen? That's weird. Yeah, we all say that though, John. It's the first time that's ever happened to me. It's only the odd line I spot it on. Sometimes it's fine, unless it is because Lara said it's old. Please stop at the station. Booked time 7:51. Well, we're late. Still not come to a passing point. It's all single track. I know it's 35 mile an hour, but we've got a station here, look. There we go. All aboard. That's actually quite a nice thing. There we go. I've thinged. Right away, mate. Stop calling me mate. You go out for a beer, and now he thinks he's my mate. Right, Strathcarron, 2.33 of the miles. Right, I'll actually be quite glad if we come inland a bit. Oh, that sounds nice. Hello, Stevie, mate. Oh, yes. Well, that was a sudden burst of speed. Well, nice and smoky. We do like a bit of smoke. Smoking. How many lock? I know there's a few locks and stuff in Scotland, but surely this whole line just doesn't run around water the whole way. Unless it was put there to service villages around the locks. It just goes around the outside like a buffalo girl. Right, Strathcarron, we've got look at that, we're doing well. All of the ticks. Only got a few more stops to go, look. I think there's more of a gap between them soon, though. Oh, wow, a 40 limit. Oh, I don't know if I can cope with this. This is getting ridiculous now. On ScotRail it says this: the Kyle line draws a wide arc from Inverness to the shore of Loch Aush, taking in spectacular highland scenery and finishing with magnificent views of Skye. Over the sea to Skye. That's where we started, isn't it? So we're going back to Inverness, so we're doing it the other way. Yeah, no one can live at that speed. That's what the Victorians thought, wasn't it? The first trains, that like no one would survive at like 30 miles an hour. Staring them. Yeah, they're coming loose. Look at this teasing, look. 40 mile an hour limit. No, 15. Sounds nice. What does that say? Nothing. There's some symbols there. Top one is a yellow signal. Wait, that looks like a permanent. It's like it's always yellow. Well, there's one here as well. So it's like yellow. Okay, why? Points set. Oh, we got double trackage. And the target practice. So we're coming into Strathcarron. So the first bit of double track we've seen on the whole route so far. Not bad. Living around here, nice and convenient for the station. Does Karen know she's going to be strapped? She's a game girl. She's up for anything. A couple of Lambrinis. That's all it takes. Right, we'll open some of the doors because, you know, it was actually all on, look. That weren't bad. That weren't bad at all. Oh, okay, yep. Well, hopefully the surgery goes well, which I'm guessing is what you're heading to Inverness for. That was indeed a face, yeah. Signaller, token and permission to proceed to Achnasheen, granted. Book time at Achnasheen is 8:27 to 8:29. You'll cross 2H81 there. Oh, so another train. So 18 miles to Achnasheen. Been swimming in the radioactive locks, yeah. So I'm guessing there was probably another line that went in down that side. Oh no, just there, look. Probably goods unloading. Gonna get your weapons ready. Dangerous thing crossing ahead. Yeah. That seems a bit okay. Nice little quaint cottage here by the side of the track. There are no passengers on board wishing to leave at Achnasheen unless a message appears you are to pass straight through. Okay, we'll see. Then you've got this big industrial building here. It's like, yeah, we're just going to build a little extension. We're just going to build a small garage next to our house. Oh, okay, says the council. I think we've got a scaling wrong. Someone's got their feet and meters mixed up. Hi, Aussie. It is the Kyle line. With all its smoky goodness. Better than getting your meat and feeters mixed up. It is. If you're going to get the two mixed up, get it that way round. Attack! Some sort of well, they are under attack. Sound like we're being shot at. You have returned for now. Well, thanks for your commitment there. Right, 40 limit, 17 miles to Achnasheen. You'll have a chippy soon. Chippy. Oh, Nightbot doesn't like. He'll save me a chip. What? And bring it next month to the meetup. It's like, what's that mouldy thing? I brought you that chip. "3 weeks today, you'll be in Northampton." Wow, that's a statement. Mean Nightbot. Oh, another horny. That's definitely a weird... Hang on, what's the other side of it like? Oh, there isn't. There's only the single one. Thursday to Tuesday. Nice. So there'll be no daylight seen then. You won't see any of Northampton at all. This looks very flat and low. We love train sim, but there's no Australian trains or routes. Isn't there? Not one. Because what's that one that runs north to south? Is it the Garve? Something like that? That would be really cool. There's a New Zealand one, but no Australian. Wow. Okay. Oh, listen to that. It may not be great for the environment, but damn, it sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
Ozzy, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the madness. Yeah, if you're new to the streams, Train Sim something I normally stream on a Wednesday, but just fancy doing something today. So currently streaming 6 days a week, normally Tuesday through to Sunday. However, this week there won't be anything tomorrow, but there will be something on Monday. Garve will be about 5 times longer than the next longest route in the game. How awesome would that be, though? One of those things I think would be really cool to travel on. It takes a while, doesn't it? About a week or something, isn't it? We've got radioactive water. Yes, we have. It's definitely a picturesque line. That's why it'd be great to get some Australian stuff in, like Truck Sim, because imagine taking an Australian road train, because they have pretty much American trucks but right-hand drive. Which is quite cool. Right, so 14 miles to Achnasheen. Then it's on to Garve, which is 30 miles over there. Then Dingwall, which is 41 miles over there. Then the Muir of Ord. We're on a quest to find the Muir of Ord. And then Inverness, which is 60 miles over there. So I'm guessing the line speed will pick up at some point. Because if this route's got about another hour and a quarter to go and that's 60 miles away, well, we've got to be doing 60 miles an hour. I know the future of trains is electric and they are great for the environment, but I can see why a lot of these heritage lines are just grabbing these old diesels. There's a Truck World Australia. Oh dear. That's just going to be bad though, isn't it? Definitely a picturesque line. Yeah, there's a guy on that like Outback Truckers, and everybody's seen it, that goes off into the middle of Australia, and it takes him like 2 weeks to get there and take these supplies, and he's got like 5 or 6 trailers behind his truck, and he's basically taking the thing off-roading. It's just so cool. Wow, we're definitely in the middle of nowhere now, aren't we? Imagine trying to reverse one. We need to do a doubles trip, I think. Oh, breakage. Happy National Train Well, ETS are only tiny, aren't they? That's be ATS. Good morning from the US then. No, that's you. Good morning from the UK. No, it's not. It's good afternoon from the UK to you in the US. I knew what I meant. It's confusing. Yeah, there may have been some speeding there. A little bit. Attack! Oh, that's true. Well, we're going to do ETS2 this week because we want to get to Spain. Now I've reinstalled ETS2. Fingers crossed, it should be okay. That does sound mighty fine. Yeah, you can't take doubles everywhere, so it has to be Scandinavia, I think. If you're playing a single player, you can put a mod in, which I've got, it just says doubles anywhere. But for multiplayer, you just go to Scandinavia then. Right, uphill now, and 10 miles to go to Achnasheen. Throttle is wide open. All of the throttles. What means I'm now speeding. So that was a good idea. Yeah, we like simple. Okay, it may not look as good as Train Sim World or Train Sim World 2, but that don't look too bad, does it? It's not about the looks. All those poor trees are being killed as we come past because of all the diesel smoke. Shame. I mean, oh, it's such a shame. Yeah, I just prefer train sim. Again, I've been playing the original train sim going back to, blimey, when it was Microsoft Train Sim. Which we've said this before, if Microsoft decided to relaunch Train Sim and do the same thing with it that they've done with Flight Sim, Dovetail wouldn't stand a chance. I can't fly it. Oh, this would be an awesome trip in real life up here. I said I'd love to go to Karawa. We did mention a plan for this year, but obviously it's not going to happen now. Would have been to do a trip to Roy Bridge on Roy Bridge Day, where I will be revisiting that line on Roy Bridge Day, 28th of May, which is a Friday, so there won't be any Friday trucking that week. But I will be revisiting Roy Bridge. Yeah, they've got to be thinking of other things, haven't they? They can't just be going, yeah, we're happy with Flight Sim. Because Microsoft must have the rights to it somewhere. They must be looking and going, actually, that's quite a big community as well. Right, 8.5 miles to Achnasheen. Well, they couldn't, could they? They'd have to just. Well, they've got the globe, haven't they? They've got that. So imagine just plonking a line down and having the map data like you do in Microsoft Flight Sim. So it would be this, but looking with, you know, real weather. Imagine doing it real-time weather. Oh god! We said this before, that multiplayer in Train Sim. I don't know why they can't do it. I don't know why no one's done it. Because it's all you got to do is go, right. Here's a line. You're going to start here. You're going to start there. You're going to start there. If you run a red light, then you get like 10 seconds, and you get kicked. I've heard this before. Someone's done like one little bit of line. But apparently it's not great. You know, imagine doing this route and having someone else in multiplayer waiting for me to get to the passing point. Obviously, if I just stopped here, so if you stopped, then there'd have to be some sort of timeout thing. If you stopped where you shouldn't stop. Oh wow. Yeah, it's not looking good there, Sam. Yeah, I hope Asobo do something else, because they're not going to just want to go, yeah, we're doing Flight Sim and that's it. They're going to want to go, okay, we've done that, or we're doing that, we're still developing that, what else can we do? Because they've got money coming out of their ears now, haven't they? They're like, okay, this is mad. This trip in reality, even driving that road would be so cool. They've managed to do Los Angeles, California to somewhere, and up to Fresno in 1-to-1 scale, and it's multiplayer. Just not heard of it, that's all. Oh, I can't type. Reminds you of Peaks of the Brecons. Yeah, I like the Brecons. Yeah, I've been to Scotland, but I've only been to Edinburgh, Dundee and Perth. I haven't been any further. It'd be so nice. $50, Jesus Christ. Yeah, no thanks. It ain't worth that just to do some multiplayer train sim on American lines. Have we reached Roy Bridge yet? No Roy Bridge on this one today. Right, so 5 miles from Achnasheen, and then it's Garve, Dingwall, the Muir of Ord, and finally Inverness in 52 miles. So we've got a bit of a trek still to go. I'm guessing 40 then is probably... It can't be. Hang on, we're due at Inverness at 9:59. It's currently 8:22, so we've still got an hour and a half. Oh, blimey, actually, yeah, it's longer than I thought. Okay. I underestimated the length of my thing. So it's the first of 2 streams today. Back tonight with some Wreckfest at 6 o'clock for a couple of hours of madness, and then nothing tomorrow, but then back on Monday with something. You're always doing that, underestimating the size, the length of your thing. Yeah, I'm always overestimating. I was backing off the throttle. Calm down. How nice is this scenery up here? I need to stand closer to the loo. So you've only gone through 1 passing point so far. So it's obviously not a very frequent service. I did say we're going to pass another train up here. Under promise and over deliver, indeed. I'll have a look at it, AC. But if it's not something that's widely known out there, it can't be that great in all honesty. And it's American stuff, which, you know, isn't great. Because if this is in America, there'd be like 8 locos pulling this. It does remind me of sort of going up the top where Carrara and stuff is. Yeah, it's not about the length of your train. I know that sound though. Even if we have got radioactive water. Attack! Oh, doing a speedy. Oh, those trees just appeared. Oh, no. Right, 3 miles until we get to Achnasheen. Isn't that Charlie's sister? Lesser known sister, obviously. So we left where we started an hour and a half ago. So there's probably a service every 2 hours then. Because of the single trackedness. She's the same one, yeah. Going down. Radioactive. Oh, more of the speeding. Stop putting hills in my way. Yeah, that's pretty much all we do. Well, me and the community. Train sim, say normally on a Wednesday. Flight, farming, trucking, buses, coaches. With tonight a bit of Wreckfest chucked in. Yeah, the water is a bit odd. I've got odd coloured water. See a doctor. I have, and the doctor has seen me. Just that noise, that is just so good. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, I'm here 6 days a week. I have no life. And the day I'm not streaming, I'm still gaming with the same people that I stream with. Just not on a stream. Right, 1.5 miles to Achnasheen. I can never escape you. Well, no, I would be lost without all of you, in all honesty. Well, some of you. Some of you I just can't stand, but there are a few of you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the follow. Right, 15 limit. That's a noise. Down into Achnasheen. Which looks rather nice. I know which bracket I fall under. Fwend, Sam. Fwend. Well, it said we would pass another train up here. And I think I see it. It is there. The train-like thing. Right, slow it down to the 15. Ooh, simulator Fwends. Wow, this does look nice. So the first train we've seen since we left wherever it was where we started. Right, so I've got to make sure I clear the points now, otherwise he can't go till I leave. And in we come. And overshoot the station somewhat. Okay, well they can get off. They can get off 2 other carriages. That's fine. 2 out of 4. I just thought I pulled. I didn't realise it was that short. So I'm guessing he's now going to have to wait and get a token from me to go the other way. Oh, it'd been cool to see him leave. Doors are shut. Signal a token and permission to proceed to Garve. Granted. Next stop Garve. Unless a message appears for Anacalt or that place. Book time Garve 9:01. I wanted to see if he left. Goodbye, train. Wow, many lines. Speeding. Some speeding. Slight bit of speeding. What a cool line this is. So the other long scenario, this is 2 hours and some minutes. There's one that's 3 hours. So I'm guessing this doesn't... This must go the whole length. I don't know why the other one's longer. We've got 15 miles now to the next stop. Could be waiting for other trains, yeah. Come on, give me my... There we go. Oh, see, just I thought, right, good, we can get a move on speed-wise. No, 35. It does sound awesome, doesn't it? I still think the thumper, as far as audio, that 2-car thumper that we used, that was bordering on pornographic. I need to use that again at some point. Right, 35 limit. So slow it down. Shame I never got to see that other train leave. Long trip into 205. God, that I don't think I'd be able to. I don't think I'd last, to be honest. Yeah, all the ones I've got are the MTU. I haven't got a scenario, I don't think, that uses the Valenta. Because that's just pornographic as well. Right, why is this a 35 limit? Is it like outside a school or something? What's going on? I did a route once. Was it Bedford to Brighton? That was a cobbling. It was the first one I did, I think, of the cobbling together of several other routes. That was quite cool. Oh, I do like the Riviera line. This is quite cool, though. Imagine a pacer on this line. That sort of fit up here as well. You need this sort of line lends itself just to a single car. It's a single DMU, just trundling along quite merrily. Got to be in stand. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is Korea. I like the pacer. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, AC, I've taken the pacer from London to Penzance. 7.5 hours it took me, and I've also taken it from Edinburgh to London, which was around the same sort of time. So I do like a bit of pacery action. And Japan, yeah, I actually started watching that again because that went out this week, didn't it? Yeah, the pacer in Japan. You must like the torture. I like the pacer. It's become an annual event, and I do still like the idea of taking the pacer on a world tour, taking it to Japan. I think a USA line would be quite amusing. It was a very long stream, the pacer to Penzance. I love that one. That was thoroughly enjoyable. The Edinburgh to London was hard work at the end, if I'm honest. It was. When they were first developed, the pacer was sent to the States, but didn't go down too well. I blame Chaos for the loss of that train at the end of the line in Penzance. Yeah. That was cool though. I'd actually consider doing the return journey. So we've done the pacer from Paddington to Penzance. You know, we could do the pacer from Penzance back to Paddington. But maybe, if it was possible, a different way. Maybe come across from Taunton. Right, so 12 miles to go to Garve. I've got to say, this line is just so nice. Definitely a very chilled out line. If you want to just jump in train sim and just chill for a couple of hours, this is perfect. That noise. Needs more clag. It does, a little bit. Right, 11 miles to Garve. Then we've got Dingwall, which is over there, 23 miles away. The Muir of Ord, at 29 miles away. And then finally Inverness over there, where we're due in at 9:59. So we've got an hour and a quarter yet before we get to Inverness. Some speedage is happening. Oh, that's a noise. What was the other one I drove from Penzance to London? Was it class 60? That was quite nice. So I'd love to do the Great Western Line. I don't know if that's been joined together yet as one thing, or whether you can do the whole thing. So Paddington to Swansea. That would be quite cool. You can literally hear the diesel bubbles popping out of the engine. I could just sit and listen to that. I am a diesel fan, yes, but that's just quite nice. It goes to Cardiff, it has done for years. You keep asking this, but I keep forgetting that. You know what my memory's like. Well, why doesn't it go to Swansea? Right, 20, then a 40. I guess nobody cares about Swansea. I guess you've never been there. You're probably right. High hills, man. Right, slow it down to the 20. I've got my train out with all its diseasely goodness. Slowing it down, slowing it right down. So yeah, so I need to find another long route to do this year in the Pacer, because it has become an annual tradition. No, it's not the 5-hour journey. That's very broken. This is 2.5 hours, I think, or thereabouts. So 20 miles an hour here for a station with no name, like a horse with no name. Akarat. Okay, yeah, unless I got told otherwise. Keep going. I didn't get told, so I keep going. You never did the Cardiff to Norwich. That's because you can't go from Cardiff to Norwich. That's a noise. So we're running about 3 minutes late currently, which ain't bad. Because Train Sim doesn't have Sheffield in it. Doesn't it? Right, 30, then a 20, then a 30, then a 40. All of the speed limits. Well, not all of them. Some of the speed limits. Some speed limits. Via radioactive water. Radioactive! Sheffield to Derby. Yeah, that would definitely have Sheffield in it if it's going from Sheffield to Derby. I think it's almost essential, because otherwise people will complain. Like a T-Rex, yeah. Whether that was blanked out there, Sam, I can guess, yeah, it probably would be. Right, across some more radioactive water. Radioactive. Drive quality? Why am I'm under the speed limit? Why is my drive quality going down? What did I do wrong then? What, we're going round a corner? It hates me. You hate me, don't you? You just do, don't you? And Sam out of bed before 3 PM on a Saturday. Sam's normally up with the larks on a Saturday. It's Dylan that's normally still in bed at this sort of time. That's better. Because you can't say sniggered, apparently. Blame Dylan. I know why. I know why. I know why. Right, back to a 30 and then a 40. Oh, that's just pornographic. I just come back from lunch. Did one of Sam's messages get... Yes, it did, and we know why. It's fine. We're going to leave it and move on. I miss NIMBY. This is relaxing. It's 6 years old. Oh, that's why it's probably a little bit broken then. It's a damn nice route though. Hello, Miss NIMBY. Oh, Larwood's on form today. I, Miss NIMBY of 37 Acacia Avenue. Here is one for Laminar and Mr. Austin. How come my MSFS water looks 1,000% better from 35,000 feet than any level in X-Plane? Yeah, I know. I'm reinstalling my MSFS slowly. It's like 20% installed after 3 hours this morning. If I took an electric, I'd be asleep by now. That's a view. Reset that. There we go. It is a shame there isn't an inside view for this, because that would sound quite nice as well. I'm going to be speeding again, because we're going downhill. It's definitely a very relaxing route. I just want MSFS clouds and water in X-Plane 11. It's 2021. How is it possible for this to happen? Write to him. Send an email to what's his face, Austin, and go, oi. When are we going to get proper clouds? Austin Powers. Yeah, baby. Dear Mr. Plane 11. First name X. The name's X. X-Plane. I've got radioactive water. Oh, that's slowing down. Dr. X. Oh, that's just... That raises my horn. Uh-oh, speeding. More speeding. Mucho speedo. It's definitely very twisty, and so we passed one train, 2 passing points so far. It's got to get busier as we come into Inverness, doesn't it? Doesn't it? It could be that I just haven't updated. No, it's Steam, isn't it? Oh no, it's just trains. There could be an update out. There might be an update out years ago to this. No, because I reinstalled it in December. Forget that. I reinstalled it all in December. Yeah, cop that, Nightbot. You can say Rolf. Rolling on the floor laughing. Well, I'll be done by 6 because the footy is on. I'll be done in 9:59, about an hour. Then I'll be back at 6 for Wreckfest. All of the powers. Is there is there a train coming around? It'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. It just sounds too good. We should arrange a footy match. No, we shouldn't. Cricket match. Sam in goal. Blimey. Well, I wasn't speeding up. I had the brakes on. Sam would be great at ice hockey. Just fill the goal. Right, 3.5 miles to Garve. It's probably not pronounced Garve. I'll get people. There'll be comments. There will be comments. Going, oh, come on, laddie. You pronounced Garve wrong. It's Garve. I'd play rugby with you, or there are a few of you who would cop a little bit of elbow skin in the scrum. Wow. And maybe a torn scrotum or two. Okay, that's quite pleasant. As pleasant as goes. Oh, of course, accidentally. Oh, we got to reduce the slowy down speed. Reduce the slowy down speed? No, slowy down. Reduce the speed. I knew what I meant. That's the speeding. Oh, that sounds quite pleasant. Oh, I've got some Garibaldi's. I might have those with a cup of tea after the stream. Because that's how rock and roll I am. Right, 35. Living the life. Oh, indeed. That's quite a good. That's quite a good nickname. Garte. Was he also called Garte, or have you just had a bit of an issue there? Right, heading down towards Garve. You're trying to fly and type. It just sat with the autopilot on. It's not exactly flying, is it? Observing. I went to Gretna on the way up to Scotland. Didn't get married. Right, 1.5 miles until we get to Garve. No, that's the speedy up one. I want the slowy down one. Oh, we've got another 15 coming up as well. Evil, evil people, evil. Oh. Caution, low headroom. It would be. It's all the way down there. Speaking of Trent, oh yeah, he's working, isn't he? He won't be happy. He's missed a stream. He's probably elbow deep in fairy liquid at the moment. Other detergents are available. Right, Garve. Guava? No. Yep, indeed you did there, Sam. Alright, slowing it down. Slowing it all down. Well, not all of it. Some of it down. This is for Trent. We miss you, Trent. Not that much. We don't really. No, it's a moment of weakness. We can't stand you. You're horrid. I hope he's not grumpy this week in Wreckfest like he was last time. Alright, slow it down to a 15. Oh, it's looking rather nice down here. Right, yellow coming into Garve. What if any of these crossings up here are manned? Are there any left in the country? Or are they all automated now? Standing by. Got like a bungalow. Quite convenient, wasn't it? Everything on one level. I'm doing the braking thing because I'm braking. Lots of braking. Stop and see. Doors open. All of the doors. Yay! See? I am just too good at the training stimulator. You've just fitted your new hard drive and Windows 10. Awesome stuff. Have you gone for an SSD? You'll notice things loading a lot quicker. We were missing you in the bus company, Alan. Token and permission to proceed to Dingwall granted. Book time 9:31. 11 miles to go into... Right, are we ready for some... Trent is one of the third largest rivers in the UK. Wasn't really an exciting fact, was it? Just saying. Not up to your normal standards there, Sam. Two terabyte. Awesome. Hopefully things will run a lot quicker now. Trent's mouth is the Humber estuary. That would explain a lot, actually. The River Idle. Well, again, explains a lot. Although he's the one working currently, and the other people we've got in the Discord that are of the same working age aren't. So, you know, who's the idle one? Some people believe that Trent is linked to the Celtic word for strong flood. Well, we'll ask him later on if he's got a strong flood. Smoky goodness. And a 30 limit. More than 30 different types of fish live in the Trent. So Trent is an aquarium. There are pads for that. Tenner. This stream sponsored by, or this stream, get it? Sponsored by Tenner for Men. Trent is clean and largely free from pollution. This certainly wasn't the case during the 19th and 20th century when Trent was polluted by the emissions from the many factories which used to support in the manufacturing. River Sam is a 3-year-old racehorse from New South Wales that has never run a race in his life. Sam's a racehorse. And he's never run a race in his life. Sounds about right. Or is Sam being put out to stud? See, these streams get weird. Right, 10 miles to Dingwall. Dum 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 dum. It's a very musical train line. Lots of very straight sections of track, aren't there? Which is quite cool. Attack! Double attack! A lot of things. Sadly, a stud is not one. I hope you're finding it a lot better now, Alan. Things should load a lot faster. They'll be a lot more stable. It's all about the SSD. It's definitely a very, very picturesque line with the radioactive water. I'm doing the speeding thing again. Awesome. I should, once the stream finishes, I should continue my installation of MSFS. Hopefully I'll be able to do it in bursts, and it should be done by Monday. My SSD was not cheap, but it still maintained it's one of the best things I bought for the PC. Yeah, if you're going from a normal hard drive to an SSD, it's just a complete game changer. For me, that Track IR was up there. Steering wheel certainly, although I could live without that, if I'm honest. Button box, definitely that's a good addition. It costs you 190 quid. It's not bad for a 2 terabyte. Yeah, I got a 2 terabyte M2 and a 2 terabyte SSD in my rig. I'll end up with another 2 terabyte SSD at some point. Yeah, for ETS2 definitely, for OMSI and that definitely. Farming, I'm actually preferring it with a controller, because I do more farming with a controller when I'm farming downstairs than I do up here, so I find it odd using a wheel. So I might actually switch to farming on the controller. It's like Wreckfest tonight, that'll be with a controller. Smoky goodness. Oh, I love it. I'm used to it downstairs. It's just so much easier, because obviously left thumbstick does your steering, right thumbstick does your view. So I can go up and down. I like going down a field and then just turning the view sort of 360 on myself. It's just, you've got so much more control, and it's just more relaxing. When I'm sat downstairs on the sofa farming, it's just so chill, just sat with the control in my hand. Diesely goodness. Yeah, one of the things I've only done recently is connect my Xbox controllers wirelessly to the PC by buying one of those dongle things, and then they just connect wirelessly. I've had no connection issues. I used the one downstairs for like 8.5 hours the other day between charges, so it's that's great. Yeah, which shows, Larwood, how much they've come down in price. You can get a 1 terabyte now for like under 100 quid. Was it? Is it Moore's law, where technology gets half the size, twice the speed, and half the cost every 18 months? It's got a name. This just sounds so nice. And looks so nice. So we're getting closer to Inverness, I'm guessing. So we've got Dingwall, the Muir of Ord, and then Inverness. And Dingwall is 8 miles away. This is for Gordon Moore. Moore's Law. Was that irrelevant? Irrelevant thing. Now she finished that sentence and I just went, is that irrelevant? Not irrelevant, irrelevant. Right, 40 to 20? What? What are you doing to me, game? Yep, I'll copy the quote. You're pretty much on the money. Isn't it? Half the size, twice the speed, half the cost. Moore's law refers to Moore's perception that the number of transistors on a microchip doubles every 2 years. That the cost of computers is halved. Moore's law states that we can expect the speed and capability of our computers to increase every couple of years, and we have to pay less for them. Yeah, so okay, every 2 years then, not every 18 months. It was close. Tonight's movie, Naked Gun, 33 1/3, which was okay. I actually want to go back and watch all the Police Squad again. Moore's Law is dead though. Why? Because things are faster than that, I'm guessing. Or time is now... It's probably not every 2 years, it's probably every year. Or much slower now. Oh, okay. Oh, because we've reached a limit, I suppose. It's tougher now to get more speed. Police Academy. No, Police Squad. Police Squad inspired the Naked Gun films. Don't we? You've never seen Police Squad, Hillsman. Police Squad was awesome. That then led to the Naked Gun films. There wouldn't be Naked Gun without Police Squad. Same writing, same cast. Yeah, I'm not actually looking on Google on Amazon right now. Out on Blu-ray for £11.99p. Police Squad in colour. Oh, you can get all the films and the TV show for 20 quid. Well, that's where, if anybody watches Project Binky on YouTube, and you should, their opening credits are Police Squad. And even the fact that when the title comes up for the episode, the narrator says something completely different. And the end credits are a homage to Police Squad as well, because the credits roll and they just sit there trying to keep still. And some of the end credits in Police Squad are just brilliant. Just pouring a coffee, and they just stood still pouring a coffee, and the coffee's just running all over the cup and all over the floor. It's awesome. There's a lot of speeding going on. I should really back off the throttle there, shouldn't I? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to get Police Squad and just sit and watch them. Right, slowing it down, coming down the hill then into Dingwall. I'll set myself a reminder for later on. Why do I want to start on the... What's today? 8th of May. There we go. Right. So we got Dingwall. We've got the Muir of Ord. And then Inverness. This is an awesome line. I don't know why it took me so long to actually do it. Right, speed's staying roughly right. He says, adjusting it and then speeding up. So there still hasn't been that many passing points on this whole line, and we've only seen one other train. So it's definitely not a frequent service. A couple of trains a day. So we're running about 4 minutes late as well, so not the end of the world. I'm sure they won't mind. The Scots are known for being very polite people. It might be on Netflix. What, Police Squad? Seriously, Hillsman, don't watch Naked Gun until you've watched Police Squad. There's not very many episodes, and if you like the Naked Gun, if that's your sort of humour, definitely watch Police Squad. Oh, that's a flashing light. Yeah, you've seen it. Well, in that case, yeah, you've got to watch Police Squad. It's just brilliant. Yeah, Don't Call Me Shirley. That's the nice beaver line as well, isn't it? Or was that from Naked Gun? That might be from Naked Gun. This one.
Thank you. I just had it stuffed.
That one. And if we're doing it, we could have...
You ever been in a cockpit before?
No, sir, I've never been up in a plane before.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
That's the text tone if Sam texts me. That's my Sam text tone. It is. Seriously, it is. Should I tell you what? Because he won't watch this. And we're back to a bit more. Hang on. Do this. What Tux? If Tux texts me, where is it? If I get text from Tux, oh crap, it's this.
I can't go to a gay bar. I'm too fat.
You know, love you, Tux. It's like I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue, indeed. Right, 20-mile-an-hour limit coming up down here. Not that I ever get a text from Tux, but, you know, once a year on my birthday. Right, 20 limit. And 2 and a bit miles from Dingwall. You're watching Only When I Laugh. Blimey, that is a blast from the past. I'm HAPPY. Okay, I don't know why we've got to do 20 through here, but oh, it's a bit of a bend in the track. I know I am. I'm sure I am. Who watches ITV3? Well, you, obviously. Who watches stuff on actual TV live anymore with adverts? Why did I get a minus for drive quality then? I was going under the speed limit. Oh, much smoke. What, for going under the speed limit? It's like, no. You were going too slow through there. We're not having that. Oh, God. Are they talking? Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to... Right, 35 limit. And making it up to a 40. Because it's superlative that you're only going really slow, so you've learnt to... okay. So the slower I go, the more uncomfortable it was. I should have gone there through there at speed. Right, 40, another 20 coming up down here. They just level out the bends, really, don't they? Yeah, so I'm going to be sat back here again in about 3.5 hours' time. I haven't left here yet. That's a lot of birds. I'm guessing birds. A lot of something in the sky up there. Oh, that's a lot of speeding as well. Oh no, I'll be leaving. I don't know why. I've got nothing else to do this afternoon. I've caught up on everything this morning. Oh, that's not birds. That's line. He's got a point. There is a point there. Right, another 20. This is quite nice here. World's smallest car park. Sorry, we got 8 cars in there. We're full. Another car park, in case that one down there is full. Sort of tiny little lorries you see in truck and logistics. What's wrong with football, Pat? Pat? Football, Pat? Football chat. But yeah, not saying that all people that are into sim games don't do sports, but there's a few of us that don't. That's going a bit quick. Oh my god, it's going to crash into... Okay, a car's just driven through me. Why are you going to Sheffield on Wednesday? There is FIFA. There is FIFA. It is a thing. My car. My car doing there? Wrong colour. Nearly my car. Right, 40, then a 15. FIFA stream in the future. We talked about this years ago, that something like that would be quite amusing to do because we would just all be rubbish at it. But then it requires people, you know, having it. We've tried the shooting thing, that didn't end well. We still got to come back and do some more of the Sims, that was quite amusing. So we're going to do that on the bank holiday weekend coming up. And Football Manager, God no. No, no, no. No, not Football Manager. We need to get you back in Wreckfest at some point, Sam. Right, 15 coming up as we come into Dingwall. That's a bend. I wouldn't want it to go around there at 40. Blimey. Radioactive water. This stream brought to you by Radioactive Water. Sunday FIFA. No. What's that Radioactive song? There is a song with Radioactive in the... It's a fairly new one, isn't it? Oh, there's a line going on. Where's that go? I was about to say even that water looks better than X-Plane, but Imagine Dragons. Oh yeah, that's the one. Well, I like a bit of Imagine Dragons. We need to redo the trucking playlist because, you know, Dylan's just rubbish at it. Need to put some decent stuff on there.
Oh, yeah.
Escape the hammer. Always good advice. Unless it's a hammer made of blancmange. Then you're fine. Thank you for the follow. Right. Into Dingwall we come. Still have only passed one train. Well, because no one's posting it, reminding people to do it, are they, Dylan? Don't use a hammer to escape rather than the other way around. Depends on what you're trapped in. Right, Dingwall. We have arrived at Dingwall. And to prove it, we are here at Dingwall. I'm going to apply some brakes now. Of course it's your job. What's the point of having a PA? They're not going to do anything. All the doors opened. They all opened. Is he still... Yeah, he's still going to get surgery. You'll be fine. Once it's over, you'll be okay. Right, so this is Dingwall. So we've only got the Muir of Ord, which is down there, and then Inverness, which is over there. No, there is an internal view. Signaller, token and permission proceed to Muir of Ord. Granted, next stop, Muir of Ord at 9:40. Right, brakes off. That just sounds too good. 65? Oh, we're liking this. Right, we're going to have to do a standing start, aren't we? It's going to have to be a thing. Let's get out on the main line. It's quite horny. Right, I'm going to stop. And we're going to have to give it the beans. Okay, are we ready? Imagine living there. Right, 65 limit now. All of the accelerating. Oh, down to a 40. Just when I thought, right, we'll get a bit of a move on now. It's the fastest we've been so far. Like 2.5 hours. Look at my points, minus 7,692. So doing well. Ignore it, blow through the 40. Yeah. What could possibly go wrong? Well, we are running late by 6 minutes, so we could be making up that bit of time. Not going to make any difference at all to the overall score. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm scared. Rebel Steve. I lost 5,306 points. We've got a pack of mini cheddars and a bottle of Diet Coke, Hillsman. That's the buffet service. Wow, minus 13,000. It's not the worst I've done. Definitely an awesome route. I think the other one is just the same thing going the other way, so I don't know if we will do the other one. Right, 2 and a bit miles to the Muir of Ord. And then to the final stop, which is Inverness. What if that noise ever gets old as an engine driver? You don't get the same nowadays, do you? Just push a lever forward and you just hear nothing, quietness. It is so electric and boring. So one of the things we were trying to do as a meet-up was go on a pacer. I still want to go to York Railway Museum. Saw a thing on YouTube the other day about transporting a couple of A4s from America and Canada over, and York looks really cool. Right, slowing it down. Slow it down, slow it all down to 15, slowly. Thanks to slowly. What is at Muir and why is it an Ord? I don't know. The Muir of Ord. Sounds like something you go on a quest for. Oh, that's a reversey thing. Don't do that. I'm not slowing down fast enough. Right, here we come into the Muir of Ord. That's the house you want to buy, because it hasn't got. So you want one with a huge back garden. But that one, that's the one you want. Look at the size of that back garden. Oh, actually, I wouldn't want to mow it. Forget that. Smallest back garden you can, please. Can I just concrete it? Right, our penultimate stop. Oh, the chimney's smoking. Yeah, I could live without grass in a garden. I'm actually thinking about gravelling mine. Never heard of him. Right, slowing. And stop and see. Open the doors. Right, so the final stop then is Inverness, which is over there, 12.99 miles away behind those houses. And then back tonight, for those watching live anyway, with some Wreckfest at 6 o'clock. Normal wrecking madness. There's some new tracks as well apparently, so we'll give those a go. Toke and permission to proceed granted. Next stop, Inverness. See, you didn't call me mate. Oh, you got a fox and its cubs in your garden. Right, to Inverness. And it's smokies. Smoked fish. Like a bit of smoked fish. What the hell are they over there? Strange looking buildings. Like something out of bloody Minecraft. Yeah, a bit of a long way for me to go there on a fancy fish. Like 6-hour drive just to get some fish. They do. I see a guy I follow on YouTube now. He went to a place in Leeds where he had deep fried cream egg. They would basically deep fry anything you took them in. I knew it was going to creep over to the 66. Fine. 55 coming up. No, I have that battered chips. It says this guy had a battered chip butty. That looked quite interesting. Right, 11 miles from Inverness. Okay, the line goes a bit strange there. What would you have deep fried? I've always fancied the idea of having a deep fried saveloy. Because I do like a saveloy. And I like a deep fried sausage. So I think a deep fried saveloy would be quite interesting. Or some black pudding, something like that. I don't know about the whole idea of like chocolate. I think that's a bit weird. I bought some black pudding today. I was in the supermarket at 7:45 this morning. It is, I suppose, yeah. Deep fried Scotch egg. Okay, could be interesting. I've had a donut in a long time. Right, 9 miles, or 9 and a bit miles. That looks like okay water, as water goes. Yeah. Deep fried celery is just evil. You burn more calories eating celery than you gain from eating celery. So there's no point eating it. Or energy, not calories, energy. You burn more energy eating celery than you get from eating celery, not calories. I knew what I meant. That water looks like it has petrol in it. Yeah, that's do. Have you ever siphoned petrol? I've had a few mouthfuls of petrol in my time, which probably would explain a lot. Oh, that's pornographic. If you deep fry celery, there'll be nothing left of it. Result! Bonus! Deep fry some ice. Right, we got a 50, and then very briefly a 65. I was thinking it might get busier as we get towards Inverness, but that's still not really a major station. We'll make some attempt to slow down. But, you know, a token effort. Have we got radioactive water? Yes, we have. Yeah, you see what I did there? Right, 50, across the bridge, 65. Well, that was... wow. We're sure not in Scotland, not Chernobyl. It could be. We were due to fly there in the MSFS, I think. Once I get it installed, we'll have to still plan that. Or reinstalled, I should say, which I'll continue on after the stream. So back along a lock. Oh, 45 then a 65. Another weak bridge. That's very close to water. Very rainbow train. Alright, 5 miles to go. It's going to be a bridge, isn't it? It's going to be something, a reason that it's trying to slow us down. I will do the backing off of the throttle. RJP, Sheffield Wednesday. Okay. Oh, we're actually going to go through at the speed limit, what we should be doing. RJP, is that new? I'm trying to work out what the J stood for. Right, so here's the 45. Oh, R.I.P. That makes more sense now. Right, a final run into Inverness then. Result, joyful promotion. It could have been. Oh wow, a 10 limit coming up. That's quite slow. That's almost 9 in slowness. And yet we're speeding up, so that's going well. Again, we'll just slow down a little tiny bit. I'm sure 10. Was it going to be a right-hand bend? Oh, I'll be gutted now if I got all this far and then derailed. Time to put my Rooney t-shirt on. Oh, we've got then a 25. Okay, we are getting close. Well, 2.10 miles. The hell's that? Okay, I'm scared. I'm going to brake. Oh, so just a flipping bridge again. Make their bridges stronger. Oh, it's because it's a lock bridge. Maybe was it a swingy bridge? I don't know. There's a bridge. That's very bridge-like. Is that the Humber Bridge? Yeah, no. Don't quite think the Humber Bridge is north of Inverness somehow. Could be wrong, you know. Geography not my strong point, but don't think so. Right, it's just slowing down then into our final station. And the journey ends at Inverness. What a brilliant trip this has been. Really enjoyed that. A very quick 3 hours as well. Got a green, that's handy. down into Inverness. Wow. Okay, that's like, yeah, I've got a train line right at the end of my garden. Across the radioactive water. And then we've got a 15 coming up. That's quite a cool little approach. Platform 6. That's a lot of white vans. What a cool line that is. Really, really enjoyed that. Park the cars on the platform is actually a thing. Sure, that's dangerous. It's a long old platform with not a lot of it inside, so the engine can keep in out the weather, but not necessarily the customers. That'll do you. Minus 19,363 points. Yeah, I could have gone a bit further forward. Oh well. Blimey. Why are none of the doors opening? Oh, I see. Let's say, how are they going to get it off if the doors aren't opening? Like, no, we're just going to sit here. We want to go backwards. Well done, driver. Now perform the shunt move in part 2. No. No. Maybe next time. There we go then. 0. So that, speeding. Some speeding. Some speeding. Some speeding. Lots of speeding. Sideways. Okay. Some speeding. Some speeding. Some speeding. Some speeding. And finally a late penalty. So we did well. Minus 1,968. So there we go. We will end there. We're back. I'm back. We're back. Some of us are back. There'll be something in 3 hours time, just over, with some Wreckfest. No worries, Sam. Thank you as well for your entertainment and joining in. Enjoy your descent. So thanks to you lot for keeping me company for the last 3 hours. That's been really cool. To no one in voice with me, just nobody. I'm all by myself. So I'll just do the credity thing then. So thanks to you lot, and then thanks to this lot, which could be you lot as well. That's odd. To Blinky, Dylan, Larwood, and Nightbot, and Sam for moderating. For Escape the Hammer and AC, Ozzy and Robert and Andrew for following, Dylan and Shimmy and Noz for subscribing, and Stu and Dylan for hosting. Thank you very, very much indeed. As I said, I'll be back 3 and a bit hours time for Wreckfest, where it'll be a lot less calm. So enjoy that 3 hours, and we'll catch you then. Until the next time, if you have been, thanks very, very much for watching.